Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's JPR, and today we got some news about the new rules format for the 2016 Pokemon World Championships. Actually, the whole video game championships as a whole, including regionals, nationals, other good stuff in there as well. So yeah, let's take a look at this. This is really controversial right now because, holy crap, as you can see from the title, 2 legendaries allowed per team. Now, legendaries have been allowed in the past in the World Tournament. You know, we got stuff like Latios, Latias, the Kami Trio, which is Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus. And then you have the Legendary Beasts and the Legendary Birds. They're all unbanned. But today, let's just go ahead and read this in case you don't already know. So, the Pokemon Company has announced the rule set for this year's Pokemon Video Game Championships. Players will now be able to use up to 2 legendaries per team, which should make things extremely interesting. Now, I'm not sure if that's including the ones they list later on in this article, or if that's also including the ones that were already unbanned, like Landorus and Raikou and all those other good legendaries like that. So let's just keep on scrolling. Yeah, all battles will be double battles played in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I guess that's inferring that we're not going to have Z by August. I mean, I guess that was kind of a given anyway. I didn't expect Z to be out by August, but yeah, anyway. Let's see, all be double battles. Yeah, that's nothing's changed there. Time limits will vary. Who really cares about time limits? Pokemon brought in via Poke Transporter will not be permitted. That hasn't changed, actually. You have never been able to use Pokemon from previous generations. You can only use stuff that you've made in, or not made, but bred in Generation 6. And then here is the big kicker down here. Teams may have no more than 2 of the following Pokemon: Mewtwo, Lugia, Ho-Oh, Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem, Xerneas, Yveltal, and Zygarde. Holy freaking crap! Do you have any idea how powerful this is gonna be? Like, I hate this idea, but at the same time, I love it because it's like, man, they're really gonna be shaking up the strategy this year, and I'm wondering if this is just a desperate attempt by Pokemon to bring some variety back to the teams this year. Because if you guys watch the World Championships this year, then you know for like the top 4 or 8 competitors in the Masters division, they all had like the same 5 or 6 Pokemon. There was like Landorus Therian, Thundurus Therian, Amoonguss, Volcarona, Aegislash, and Mega Kangaskhan. That was pretty much it. And yeah, of course the last one here, all items will be allowed except for Soldew. That really doesn't mean much because you can't get Soldew legitimately in Gen 6. So if you had one, then they'd kind of nail you for cheating anyway. So yeah, the Soldew has been replaced by the Latiosite and the Latiasite, which is, 2 less powerful items. Yes, that's true. A Latios holding a Soldew is actually much more powerful than a Mega Latios. Just to let you know. So anyway, yeah, this is really, really interesting. It's gonna shake up the strategies a ton, or it's gonna make the battles boring as crap to watch. There really is no middle ground here. It's either gonna ruin the World Championships or it's gonna make it really exciting. And yeah, because you look at this, the 2 big ones that stick out to me right now, Kyogre and Groudon, because they can go primal. They can go primal with no restrictions. There's no restrictions to how many primals you have. On top of that, you can have like Ditto or Smeargle and just, have 2 primals on there. 3 actually, if you were to take both, if you had Kyogre, Groudon, Smeargle, and Ditto, you could have 2 primal Groudons and 2 primal Kyogres. That's crazy. I don't even want to think about that. But yeah, because all items are allowed except the Soldew, that also includes the red orb and the blue orb, so you can have some primals in here. That's really crazy, considering that weather is going to be really important now, because, if you've been keeping up, weather got nerfed in Generation 6, stuff like drought and drizzle only lasts for 5 turns now, as opposed to the entire battle like it did in Generation 5. So it's going to be like Generation 5 battling here. There's going to be weather wars all over the place as long as Kyogre and Groudon are on the battlefield, and that's going to be something to look out for. And then, of course, Mega Rayquaza can come along and it's completely screw over a weather team. It's going to be so interesting to see because, you know, if you bring a Primal Kyogre and you have Primordial Sea set up, then that also opens the door for new Pokemon like Mega Swampert and other Rain Sweepers to come in. Or if you have, what's this guy's name? Groudon. If you have Groudon on your team, then that opens the door for other fast fire types to come in and do some serious work. Mega Blaziken, Infernape, Mega Houndoom possibly. There's just a lot to do there. Now, this makes me think a little bit. Are there going to be, like, nothing but weather teams for just miles and miles and miles? Or are there going to be people who build teams specifically to counter Mega Rayquaza? Because, obviously, without the weather, Mega Rayquaza is the biggest threat out there. Even with the weather, Mega Rayquaza is the biggest threat out there because Delta Stream cancels out the effects of weather. So, regardless of how you look at it, Mega Rayquaza is the #1 threat out there. On top of that, the one Pokemon I think is going to be more threatening than Mega Rayquaza is going to be Xerneas. Power Herb Xerneas with Geomancy. Oh my gosh, you just have to have one Pokemon with Fake Out to cover with Xerneas, and then boom, it is Moonblast from there on out. You get those stat boosts, you have the Fairy Aura. I mean, Moonblast is just going to obliterate everything, including Mega Rayquaza. I think Xerneas is going to be the biggest threat. That's the thing though, it's like, I'm thinking about this, like, it's going to open up the door, and we're going to have a lot more diverse teams this year, I think. But at the same time, are we just gonna see Xerneas after Mega Rayquaza after Xerneas after Mewtwo after Xerneas? I mean, holy crap. I mean, either you're gonna have the same legendaries on every team like it was last year, or you're gonna have some really diverse teams that deal with different legendaries. So I honestly don't know what to think about this. It's like, yeah, I hate it because bringing such overpowered Pokemon in there and just having the potential to sweep the other person with, you know, something as simple as Xerneas or Mega Rayquaza, I don't like that idea, but I like the idea of opening the door for other Pokemon that people didn't use in years past just to counter these legendaries like Xerneas and Mega Rayquaza, Mega Mewtwo, Groudon, Kyogre, you know, basically everything that I kind of talked about in this video. So what do you guys think? Do you think that the inclusion of all of these legendaries is going to completely ruin the World Championships this year, or do you think it's going to make it better than ever before? Let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.